Art to me is communicating the concept of form and function to a human being. My favorite type of art is visual art. This includes digital art. I love to use tools like Adobe After Effects and Adobe Photoshop to create cool and interesting videos and photos just like this one. But I mostly do drawings. For example, in the start of the semester we created logos and I did one for my personal company. I love the creativity process in drawing and converting that to a rough draft, and then how that can convert into the final product. My favorite drawings were the architectural detail in the wacky room. In the wacky room, I had to create some kind of wacky room that I'd seen in my dreams or something crazy other like that. In the architectural detail, I had to closely examine an art piece and try to replicate it to the best of my abilities. These drawing skills and such have helped me better communicate with the people who I actually want to communicate to, the users of my applications. I love developing applications for mobile and desktop, and this is what I hope to do in the future. And art is helping pave that way to the future. So that's what art is to me. Art is really important to the world because it forms a vital part of our culture. Songs, dances, paintings, and sculptures are all forms of art and are considered to be a vital part of culture. Let's look at songs and dances for example. In Punjab, India, the songs shape the inhabitants. They listen to the lyrics and get inspired by them, creating a culture which is heavily derived from songs and dances. Here in Canada, songs are more centered around our current lifestyle, and lyrics that we can relate to will be chosen for the songs, which is completely opposite to the culture in Punjab. You can really grasp this effect in breakup songs. For example, here we have songs like Hello by Adele, which feature the person trying to call their partner so they can get back together.
Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that...
This is not the case in Punjab. In Panch Tara, which means 5-star, and is also a breakup song, we can see the singer drinking bottles of whiskey and just drinking off his problems, which in turn is inspiring the people to stop grieving and move on in their lives.
ਪੈਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਬੋਤਲ ਮੈਂ ਚਾੜੀ ਤੂੰ ਕੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਛੱਡੀ ਯਾਰੀ ਰਾਤੀ ਪੀ ਕੇ ਦਾਰੂ ਨਾਲ ਯਾਰਾ ਪਾਏ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਲਾਰੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਸੀਨਾ ਠਾਰਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਪੰਜ ਤਾਰਾ ਠੇਕੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਦਾਰਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਸਾਰਾ
As you can see, the difference is very dramatic, and I'm only expressing the differences in cultures through one medium of art. Anyways, let's move on to the historical side of art. Art has been in our cultures for a very long period of time. Humans have been creating art since the Stone Ages. One painting created by cavemen is the Altamira bison, shown here. The preservation of this art has allowed us to examine previous generations and our ancestors. Here are some examples of other cave art. Western art traditions. One of our projects consisted of making some sort of a masterpiece by combining 2 or more elements from an ancient piece of art. I chose to combine the Augustus of Prima Porta and the Antioch Mosaic. I created a border using a series of repeated shapes, just like the Antioch Mosaic. In the center, I 3D printed a figure and then glued it to the middle of my page. This is it 3D printing. The 3D form, texture, and depth are a few elements of a masterpiece shared with the Augustus of Prima Porta. Unfortunately, I do not have a photo or video of the finished masterpiece. And finally, our last segment, stats, facts, and benefits of studying art. 93% of Americans agree that arts are vital to providing a well-rounded education for children. 86% of Americans agree an arts education encourages and assists in the improvement of a child's attitudes towards school. 83% of Americans believe that arts education helps teach children to communicate effectively with adults and peers. 79% of Americans agree incorporating the arts into education is the first step back into adding what's missing into public education today. 54% of Americans rated the importance of art education a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. 79% of people believe that it's important enough for them to get personally involved with increasing the amount and quality of arts education. Now, some benefits. Studying visual arts can be a creative outlet for more academic subjects you may choose, build further knowledge on visual arts and art techniques, allow you to express yourself creatively, put an emphasis on quality of content, which helps students understand quality as a key value, build problem-solving skills, make us think and see in a way that everyday reality cannot, and that's just a few of the benefits.